And for more on this, Paul Gilmore is at a rugby league club in Middlesex where the under-16s are training today. Paul.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to Staines Titans. 5 different age groups ranging from minis right through to under-19s. And tackling has been a major talking point in this sport of late. With me is Chris Baxter from the London Broncos. He's a development officer. Before we get into tackling, tell us a little bit, first of all, Chris, about what's going on behind you here.
OK, we've got the under-16s behind us here. They're just going through one of their tackling practices. Moving as a line, so there's lots of communication. So going forward as a line there and hitting. The coaching points that we use in Rugby League, okay, feet in nice and close. We're hitting with our shoulder, head to the side. We've also got a late sit. Moving forward, communicating as a line and hitting through the bag, not up in the bag. And obviously it's good for us that we use tackle shields as well. Okay, it keeps it in a nice, safe environment, and it's a progression. They'll start from hitting the bags, and then they'll move on to a game on that.
Okay, Chris, we are going to get into a match scenario now. How important is it to incorporate what we've just seen in that sort of practice drill into a match scenario?
Obviously, doing kind of the practice drill with using shields and whatnot. Okay, there's a limited amount of things you can do this. This is obviously what they're going to work on now, is what they do in a game. So a lot of our practices are not necessarily drills, although that plays a part. But a lot of the things we do now is we actually play a lot of game-related game stuff. So what Alan's done on this is actually made the tackle technique a key coaching point on this. If you hit and seal on the ball and seal the ball up and do correct tackle tech, you actually win the ball back. So he's made the key component of this is tackling.
I said earlier it's a major talking point at the moment, tackling, and that we're seeing a number of Super League players on disciplinary at the moment for dangerous tackling. What is coached to the kids at this level?
Okay, little Alfie Lawrence there didn't help us because he just flew out the line and put a shoulder badge on. But actually, we don't really coach the shoulder badge, the shoulder contact in a game, because you don't wrap the ball up with it. So actually, when you look to tackle, what we're looking for you to do is the first person tackling is actually locking onto the ball so they can't pass it. When you do that with a shoulder charge, you don't do that. So, and players can bounce off and carry on. So obviously that's what we want. We want the first contact on the ball, so they shoot the shield and wrap the ball up so they can't pass the ball.
Okay, Chris Baxter from the London Broncos. Thank you very much. We'll be back next hour. We've looked at tackling here. We'll look at how to avoid a tackle in the next hour.
Thanks very much, Paul. Well, for more information on the Get Involved series, do head to our website at www.skysports.com/Get Involved. We'd also like to hear from you if you can think of a local hero in your community that's helping others take up or continue playing sport. Tell us who they are and what great things they're doing or have done, and you can nominate them on that website. And we'll bring you more advice on how to get involved in Rugby League throughout the morning here. Yeah, thanks to Rob Burrow for a great summary of how to play Rugby League. And for more on this now, Paul Gilmore is at a Rugby League club in Middlesex where the under-16s are training today. Very good morning to you, Paul.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. Welcome back to Staines Titans. Last hour we looked at tackling. You saw a little bit about tackling evasion in that little video. That's what we're going to look at now, along with kicking. Chris Baxter from the London Broncos is still here with me. Chris, what technique goes into what you're teaching the kids this morning about avoiding tackles?
Well, plays a massive part in Rugby League. Obviously, we don't want our players just running straight at defenders. If I was to run straight at you, so to speak, it'd be real easy for you to tackle me. So what we're looking at our attackers to do is off balance the defenders, so we win and dominate the tackles if we are tackled, and we're also looking to get the defender to turn his hips. Again, like the passing we did earlier, as soon as the defender turns his hips, he becomes weaker on one side. So we're looking at footwork to make that to happen, pushing off his foot, brilliantly demonstrated there, pushing off both feet. taken from other sports. I think if you look at Ryan Giggs in football, he was actually a rugby league player growing up, and his dad played rugby league. You know, a lot of clubs wanted to sign him, but it was Manchester United for him. But again, exactly the same, the way he plays football and with his footwork, exactly the same as a rugby league player.
OK, Chris, we'll move along to the next drill. We're looking at kicking, and it's another Chris over here, Chris Reynolds with Staines Titans. Hi, Chris. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here with the kicking.
Well, we're just looking at the grubber kick. The grubber kick is an attacking kick that we use to unhinge a defence. To perform that kick, what you need to do is have two hands on the ball, okay, point the ball down towards the floor, okay, get over the ball with your body, and then strike the ball at the top of the ball, making it go over end, okay. This kick is really hard to defend, okay, because of the bounce of the ball. The defender has to react to it, and often it is used to break open a defence when it's hard to break down.
And how do we incorporate this into a match scenario?
Generally, it's on the last couple of plays. When you're attacking your opponent's line, you'll take on the line and then try and put this kick into the in-goal area to get one of your ongoing attackers to dive on it and score.
OK, Chris Reynolds and Chris Baxter as well, thank you very much for your time this morning. We'll be back next hour to look at passing.
Well, throughout the morning, we've been at a rugby league club in Middlesex where the under-16s are training. Paul Gilmore is there for us. Paul.
Yes, welcome to Staines Titans. 5 different age groups ranging from minis right through to under-19s. I'm here with Chris Baxter from the London Broncos. He's a development officer. Chris, first of all, how key a role does passing play in drills like we're seeing this morning?
Passing makes up a massive part of rugby league. The percentages of how a rugby league player, if you think on how many passes and how many catches he makes in a game, it's absolutely huge. Big key components of the reason we pass, okay, obviously to make more meters, to put someone into space, and also it makes a key component of scoring tries. In this little practice, what they're doing here is they're just doing some real static stuff. So this is real kind of low level of working on the pass, okay, real simple, of getting the pass, getting that ball to the man, and actually just, all they're doing is just adding a little bit of pressure by, you know, the player having to beat the ball and beat the passing round the space. Moving on, obviously, from this practice to the next practice, okay, what we're doing in this one, okay, obviously this practice is a lot more high-level skill because we've actually got some defenders in there, and what we're trying to do is affect those defenders in what we're doing. The first thing we always say to our players is you've actually got to run forward with the ball. If you just catch it and pass it straight away, the defender's just going to move onto where you've passed it. So what we do is we call this squaring up and playing at a defender, and basically all that is running forward, running straight at the space, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the defender just to turn his hips. So as soon as he's turning his hips, you're passing to that side of where the defender's not facing. Okay, so and that way that's how you're hoping to actually break them down.
OK, Chris, let's have a listen into this session. Alan Hills is a coach with the Staines Titans. Let's have a listen in.
Jog it in, come on quickly. You've done the warm-up drill. All the same coaching rules apply now. It's 2v1, it's a game situation. You've got to pull the man in, but all the same technique of passing that you've just done in this drill over here is exactly the same, OK? You've got to pull the man in, you've got to hit his chest. The man receiving the ball, make sure you get your hands up. Give the passer something to aim for, OK? Commit the defender. Pull him into you, turn him away. Let's put some pace on this now. Let's go. Come on. Put a show on. Come on.
OK, so there we have it. Alan Hills, a coach with Staines Titans. So,
Let's go,
Chris,
lads. Come
thank
on.
you very much for your time this morning.
No problem.
That's it from Staines. I hope you've enjoyed the insight into Rugby League this morning.